Stella here, and I'm here to do your end of January reading, Scorpio Sun, Moon, Rising. This reading is for you. We are towards the end of the month, so whenever you see it, even if it's into February, is when you are meant to see it. And I'm going to do the main part of the reading with the Wild Unknown Tarot, like I normally do. And then if I need guidance, I will pull from the Standard Rider-Waite. At the end, we will pull an oracle animal and a guidance card for you. So when I was tuning into your energy, I'm getting a sense of rebirth. Although it's January, I live on the West Coast and we're experiencing a really warm snap in our weather. The birds are starting to come out. Things are starting to be reborn after the winter. It doesn't mean that we won't have storms, continue to come, but you guys are very much about life, death, regeneration. And I see a lot of abundance for you. I see the next couple weeks, so the last 2 weeks, say in January, and the first 2 weeks in February, being a time of loss for sure, or a time of sort of death or moving on, but great abundance and great wisdom coming afterwards, okay? So we'll see how this ties in as we go. So, wow, 666. 6 of Pentacles, 6 of Wands, and 6 of Swords. Wow. And then the 3 of Swords reversed. So as I'm just tuning in, the 3 of Swords is all about being immobilized. It can represent like a love triangle. It can represent betrayal. It can represent cheating. It is in the reverse though. And so also swords represent communication. And so it's about being bound, like not able to speak freely. And it's also very connected with matters of the heart. There's some ties that are binding you in your ability to be able to speak, your truth, what's going on in your heart, for fear of how it will impact others or how ultimately, their behavior or their opinion will impact you. And then the 6s, that's really, really interesting. So 666 is the number of the devil. It's all about things that hold you back, ties that bind, addictions, toxic relationships, toxic family, or generational patterns, that sort of thing. Things that you may have chosen or you may not have chosen. It may just be something that was sort of put upon you, and it keeps you from realizing your full potential. It holds you back in some way. So that's the overall I'm getting with these 3 6s. 2 are upright, so we have the 6 of Wands upright and the 6 of Swords upright. 6 of Swords is about a time of hardship, a time of battle, a time of obviously swords are weapons, right? But they're also communication. They're the air element. They are negative thoughts. They are other people, gossiping about you or saying things that really, not even gossip, like hurtful. Something said to you that's hurtful, like words used against you, words used as weapons. And the 6 of Swords is about overcoming that. So that's in your recent past. We also have the 6 of Wands, which I just want to show you this card. These two are very similar in this deck. So 6 of Swords, jumble of swords here. These are the words, hurtful words that other people have said to you that have used as weapons. They're now laid down, right? And there's a rainbow up above symbolizing hope. So the same with the 6 of Wands. You see this jumble of thicket right here, and it's dark and there's no clear path for you to get through there, right? So wands represent fire element. They represent what motivates us, our beliefs, our values. And this is about overcoming, negative beliefs, limiting patterns that have held us back. And the butterfly obviously represents being born again, right? Butterflies start as caterpillars. They retreat to their safe space where they completely transform. Literally no cell remains, unchanged. And then they emerge a completely new being, right? A beautiful being. So it represents metamorphosis, okay? And then the 6 of coins is about being able to give and receive. It's about finally having enough to be able to give after a period of hardship, or it's about like experiencing hardship and finally getting to the place where you finally let go of your physical blockages to where you're now able to receive from people. Okay, it's a card of charity, but it is in the reverse. I see you guys overcoming a lot during this particular time period. I don't think it's quite over, because it does signify difficulties, but you are having an amazing year. You know what you don't want. You've experienced the difficulties, the hard times, and that's helped you formulate and understand what you do want. And in January, you are going through a death and rebirth. This is what you guys do. This is your specialty. This is your wheelhouse. Whether you're conscious of it or not, you are constantly transforming your sense of self, your values, your ideals to more accurately match your authentic self. It's just a process that you're constantly going through. And so, although there are difficult times, the energy is very much supportive of your success, okay? Then we got the Fool, the Hermit, and the Mother of Swords. Hermit is in reverse. You see it's a tortoise here, and he has the candle or the flame representing enlightenment, right? Inner understanding. This is that going inside. This is that transformational process. Dissolving, taking apart your concept of self, your beliefs, your values, after having an experience where you go, this Three of Swords, where you go, what I thought it was is actually not true at all. I had some immature or childish or incomplete, viewpoints or beliefs. And you're doing, or you've done, the transformational work, okay? And he's in reverse, so this is telling me that like you're coming out of it. You are transformation. You are that energy. So yeah, you're assigning new meaning to things in your life currently, things in your past, memories that you have, past experiences, future wants. You're assigning new and updated meaning to all of these things, okay? And all of this is going to help you level up. Okay, then we've got the Fool, which is all about new beginnings. You guys, if you're watching this, you're probably well versed in, you probably watch tarot. You will know then that the Fool is all about new beginnings. He's the zero card. He's the void. He's infinite potential, okay? This little ducky, this little baby, right? Babies are amazing and awe-inspiring because they are pure potential. They're not anything yet, right? So then you go through the trials and the tribulations that create and form your personality, but you're at the start of a new journey, and it's really beautiful. And then we've got the Mother of Wands, which is a fire sign, female in your life. All right, sorry about that, Scorpio. But I was saying, I think you're going to have a fire sign female in your life who's going to be able to offer you some advice and some support moving forward. I also want to say I stopped for a second. This card kind of just came out of nowhere. This is the Nine of Pentacles. This wasn't part of the original spread, but when I picked up the cards, this was on the table, like right here. This is the Nine of Pentacles. This is abundance. This is luxury. This is excess. This is having enough, having more than enough, having enough that you can indulge in luxuries. Go buy yourself, the clothing or the jewelry or the, whatever it is that you've been wanting for yourself. The Nine of Pentacles represents the ability to do that. And so you're going to start really being able to reap the rewards of all that work, okay? And the Nine of Pentacles is very indicative of that. What does Scorpio need to know? Okay, I'm gonna take these cards and just let them chill up here, and then we'll go over them. Ace of Swords, Two of Swords, Nine of Wands. Achieving your goals, or rather understanding your goals, understanding your values, understanding these new beliefs, because like I said, you've let go of the old beliefs, of the old values. The things that used to motivate you no longer motivate you, because you realize that they weren't aligned. It was time to let them go. So you've let those go, and then this Nine of Wands is all about the beliefs and values that give you motivation, the things that make you go for your goals, right? and you see this beautiful staircase. So if these are all the beliefs, these are all the values that you have, and you've lined them up, you've done the work to, figure out, lay the foundation, if you will, and do the work to put things in place that will get you from where you are to where you want to be, right? So half the battle is knowing what you want, visualizing it, seeing it for yourself, imagining that it's possible, and then deciding, what do I need to believe? What do I need to do? Where do I need to become motivated in order to achieve that? And that's what this Nine of Wands is. It's all about laying the foundation, creating the path, creating the map, if you will, of how you're going to get from where you are to where you want to be. Okay, and then we've got the Ace of Swords, which is a new truth, a new idea. It could be a moment of brilliance if you've been waiting for a breakthrough recently. If you've asked Spirit a question and you've been asking, your angels, God, universe for an answer, that's what this Ace of Swords is. Aces are a new beginning. They are the first step, the first manifestation. They're also God-given. They're also divine, okay? It often depicts the hand of God literally giving you the sword. Okay, so this is an idea. This is a flash of lightning. You see the lightning in the card here? That is an answer to your prayers. And so with this answer to your prayers, it's really beautiful, actually, Scorpio. It's really, really beautiful. I also got the Ace of Wands. So, oh wow. So 2 aces here, you guys. Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords. Aces are new beginnings. Aces are divinely gifted or divinely ordained. It's this is destined energy. And so this shows me with the Ace of Wands is fire, right? This shows me new motivation. So you get an idea, you get that aha moment, you get that answer to your prayers, and it causes you to have newfound motivation, newfound fire. And with that, you line up and you figure out where it is you want to go, because you've already overcome these negative beliefs, okay? And this Six of Six of Pentacles in reverse as your overall influence here, the fact that you've overcome difficulties financially, but you're not quite at a place where you're seeing the results. And then we have this beautiful Nine of Pentacles come in. So it's like I said, death and rebirth is the theme here. I want you to focus on this fire sign female in your life, because she's going to offer support or guidance. She's going to offer information that is motivating and that is supportive of you achieving your goals. But the main thing is this Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords, this answer to your prayers and the fire that it lights underneath your ass, Scorpio, to allow you to run up this step of stairs to what it is you're trying to manifest. Okay, this is super beautiful. And then we've got the Two of Swords. So this is about making a choice. In the traditional tarot, it's a woman blindfolded. She's holding the 2 swords. She needs to put one of them down in order to take her blindfold off, right? So it's like a false choice, or it's like feeling like you only have one of 2 choices and you can't see any other opportunity. But in order to move forward, you have to make the choice one way or another. Okay. Really beautiful energy though, Scorpio. Really, really abundant. Very much about, like I said, new motivation, new beliefs, allowing you to take this step on this new chapter, this new journey for you, okay? But there is a lot of death and rebirth energy, so it does involve letting go of, some things. So three of Wands is what we have up above. This is what's on your mind. This is about solidifying your new beliefs, okay? So it's like if you have you had all these old beliefs, all these old things that motivated you. So if these wands are like beliefs, right? Maybe what other people think of me, what my, parents or my mother or my brother or my sister or my family think of me, what my boss thinks of me, where I think I should be at this point in life. Do you get what I'm saying? So these are all like internal like beliefs or values that you have. They could be, self-created, or they could be given to you by your culture, by your environment, and they're limiting you from being your best self, achieving, your highest good. And with the 6 of Wands, you're overcoming them. Okay, so in between the period of when we let go of these old values, these old beliefs that don't serve us, and when we adopt new ones, we have this void moment, right? This the Fool, where we are the infinite potential. It could go in any direction. So what's happened here with this 3 of Wands up above on your mind is you're starting to build the foundation of these new values, these new beliefs. Okay, so now you're like, okay, I'm not going to rely on, a job, or I'm not going to rely on what I think the outcome should be. I'm not going to let my happiness rely on that. That's one of these beliefs. Another belief is, I can manifest, the life that I want. That's another belief. Another one is I have faith in, my God-given inspiration, my God-given beliefs with these 2 aces. When I have that moment, that inspired inspiration where I feel it in my gut, and I know it's inspired, I know it's bigger than me, I'm going to take action on that, and I'm going to have faith. Okay, so those are all the beliefs, and it's like threes are a number of first fruits. Threes are the first results. Okay, so with this 3 of Wands on your mind, essentially all these new values, all these new beliefs that you've accumulated over, in the recent past, you're putting them together, you're thatching them together into a, tangible, usable format that is going to serve as your foundation moving forward. Okay, so it's like you're taking the ideas and you're making them real, you're incorporating them into your daily life. This is what's on your mind. You're thinking about how are you going to do that? How do you do it moving forward? How do I incorporate my new values, my new beliefs? Recent past, we have the 10 of Swords. So this is just that scenario with work or whatever the recent loss is. It's like something you worked for. It has to do with communication. So it could be, maybe somebody judged you. We also have this Judgment in reverse. Perhaps somebody else judged you very harshly or gave you criticism that you don't, was very hurtful and you don't think is fair. So it's like something you worked at, but do you see how it's a bull? When you put a bull in a ring, it's like, bullfighting. It's really a gruesome sport, but it's the bull is the raw power, right? But it doesn't have any say in that situation it was put in. So it simply has to give its best effort, but it's not a fair fight, right? Because in the end, the bull is gonna die, right? So it's like you were put in a situation where you had to give it your all, but it was never a fair fight to begin with. So you're over that. That's in the past. But I do want to acknowledge that it wasn't a fair fight, Scorpio, okay? So any loss you've taken, any hit you've taken, just know that it was there for your higher growth and it will serve you moving forward, but no, it wasn't fair. Presently, we have the 4 of Coins, but it's in reverse. So this is telling me that you are open to change. You're open to making a move when it comes to your career or it comes to your finances. 4 of Pentacles is about juggling, right? It's about that place, that moment of like stasis where everything is balanced. What comes in and what goes out is balanced. Because it's in the reverse, it's telling me that there's some change going on with your finances, with how you bring money in, or your value systems, how you bring in material value, how you support yourself. Crossing it, or as your challenge, we have the Mother of Swords. This could be an air sign, a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius in your life, and it's somebody who is very sharp with their words. Okay, they're very keen, they're very sharp, they're very observant. They use logic. Okay, they use logic, and they're very witty. They're very socially connected. They see things crystal clear, right? So it's like they can see beneath the surface. They can see what's happening in social interactions, relationships. They can see like the underlying motivation because they have this, innate, very, very keen wit. And what also comes along with that is the ability to just cut right through. You see the sword here? Cut right through the bullshit with their sharp tongue and their keen intellect, okay? So this is your challenge. Your challenge this month is just to use your logic, okay, with your situation right now, with your decisions. Try to be very logical about it. Don't rely on your emotion, your intuition so much. Know that the ball's already rolling when it comes to that, right? Spirit, God has already gifted you with this divine idea, and you already know, you've taken the time to formulate where you want to go, okay? This Nine of Pentacles, this new finances are coming in, but you have to finish your personal transformation first, right? And what we're working on this month is combining all of our new ideas, our new values, sorry, and putting them together into something that's cohesive and that makes sense, and using your logic and not worrying about what other people think of you, any of that. Using your logic and your intellect, because you're very, very sharp, you're very, very keen, Scorpio, using that to make some big moves this month, okay? In the near future, we have the Five of Cups reversed. Five of Cups is a card of sadness. It's a card of like mourning. It's a card of loss, okay? It's in the reverse. So this is telling me in the very near future, you're over this. You're over this loss. Whatever this major loss was for you in the recent past with this Ten of Swords, it had you feeling down, right? It had you questioning your value system, your morals, your motivations, really. It's like, how did I end up here? What motivated me to make the decisions I made? And how did I end up in a place where I've been, stabbed in the back multiple times, or I've been, on the losing end of this situation? And it's perhaps because, Scorpio, you were worrying about what other people were thinking, or you were worried about how to play, the money game, or how to play the career game, the office politics, whatever all that is. And what this is telling me is for January, if you just, God, universe, source is giving you the answers. They're giving you the manifestation. They're giving you the clarity and the understanding that you need to move forward, but it has to be based on your own values, okay? It has to be based on you and what you know, your own truth with this Ace of Wands, okay? This is ultimate truth. It has to be based on that and not what you think other people want of you. Because the thing is, it's taken me a long time to learn this, but when we worry about what other people think of us, right? Number one, it's so illogical, right? It's not true, because you are basing your behavior, hypothetically, off of what you think, right? Quote, someone else thinks of you. So number one, you don't know what someone thinks. You can never know what someone thinks. You can't read their mind. You can intuit and you can guess, but you don't ever actually really know. Number two, they could change their mind. Even if they tell you something, it may not be the truth, right? So think about how illogical that is. If you're making your decisions based on what you think someone else thinks of you, do you see like how many layers and how many levels of untruth and assumption that there are just built into that very thing? And we all do it. We all assume, we all think we know, you know, what someone else wants of us, or what kind of behavior they're going to want us to have, and we sometimes limit ourselves or change our behavior in order to fit that mold, but you don't ever really know, right? So why not just go by what you do know, your own inner truth, your own intuition, and what you know to be your truth, okay? I know that's very sort of like vague and like meta, but I hope that makes a little bit of sense for you guys. Okay, and then below we have the moon. which is your intuition. Okay, so this is just that, knowing your truth, listening to your truth. This is on your subconscious, so this is what's sort of bubbling below the surface this month. You already know the answer, Scorpio. You're just literally going through the motions of like logically thinking through with this Mother of Swords what's happened to you and what steps you're going to take to get where you need to go. And there will be points where you have to make choices along the way, right? Because again, if you worry about what other people are thinking, you're going to get you're going to be blinded by the situation. You're not going to be able to make sort of the right choice. So all of the energy is already in motion for you. This Nine of Pentacles is already on its way for you. It's all already here. You just have to, you know, go with the flow and continue to let go of whatever this loss is. Don't focus on that. Focus on this Nine of Wands, of where you want to be, where you want to go. Okay. Sorry about that again, Scorpio. So my point is, there will be moments this month where you have these Two of Swords moments, okay? These moments where you don't think you can see clearly and you feel like there's only one of two options in front of you. And they're very logical, right? They're like you're trying to make the right choice. When you come to these moments, rely back on your intuition, okay? Go with your gut. Go with what you feel is right. You will be doing a lot of like logical, looking at what's going on logically, but at a certain point, you can't, like I said, assume the motivations of other people or other situations anymore. Yes, lay things out in a way that's logical. Use your very analytic, amazingly, your ability to be an amazing detective, your ability to be so observant, your psychological insight. Definitely use all of that logically this month, but at a certain point, you will get to a place where you have to make a choice, and it's going to be like perhaps something, looks like maybe it looks like you should go left, right? Because you're thinking in your head, you're using that analytical ability, and you're thinking, well, if this person, does this, and if this is what they're thinking, then this should be the outcome, or if that makes sense. I know I'm being very vague here, but if it comes down to a point where you're having to assume the motivations of another person or a institution or a job or something like that, and you're thinking it's like plan A, plan B, right? Well, if A, then I have to do B, right? Or if B, then I'm going to act this way. If it comes down to that sort of a like where you're making assumptions and using logic to that degree in your mind, take a breath and realize that the answer is going to be found in your intuition at that moment, okay? Your answer is going to be found in your core. What feels good? What course of action feels best at that moment, okay? Because, like I said, everything's already laid out. You are going through this like death and rebirth, but the rebirth part of it, the like beautiful new beginning, is literally already here. You just have to continue to line up with it, okay? So what I'm trying to say is, don't let your mind run away with you this month to the point where you are now making choices based on things you're assuming about the situation, okay? Don't let yourself get so far down that mental rabbit hole. If you start to get to that point, then just step back, take a breath, reaffirm that, universe has my back and everything is laid out, and where I want to go, I know what I want already. Universe is bringing the people, places, and circumstances to me that will allow me to receive that goal in the best way possible, and I know it. And then make the choice, that feels the best to you, okay? Use that divine inspiration, that Ace of Wands. And then know this Nine of Pentacles, this beautiful like feathered nest, this money is coming in for you. It's already in motion. It's already there, Scorpio. You just literally have to go through the motions and not block yourself when the opportunities come up, okay? So, what is the spirit animal? What's the animal totem for Scorpio for the last half of January? Scorpio. This is it. We have the horse. I'm going to go ahead and read out of the book here. Okay. I'm going to hold it up so you guys can see. Beautiful card. Momentum, freedom, expansive energy, and force. The horse represents the most masterful form of earth energy within the deck. It provides us with momentum so reliable, so supportive, that you can ride on its back towards any goal, no matter how difficult the terrain. A horse personality is fully awakened, fully alive, and cannot be defeated. The horse's freedom becomes available to us when we hone and collect our energy through daily practice. Physical stamina, exercise, and mental focus, meditation, are the secret weapons behind horse's energy. When in balance, achieves anything, never gives up. When out of balance, runs away, feels weak. To bring into balance, strength training. So yeah, try to incorporate some sort of daily exercise or daily practice this month. But what did it say about, I just want to read that sentence again, just to emphasize it. It provides us with momentum so reliable, so supportive, that you can ride on its back towards any goal, no matter how difficult the terrain. You can achieve anything. The momentum is already there, Scorpio. The path has already been laid out before you, okay? This is beautiful, beautiful energy coming into this year. Another thing about horses is they're it's almost like they're almost like dogs, right? Where it's like they've evolved, and we have bred them to be such companions to us, so useful and so indispensable and so valuable in our lives, right? So many years and a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of intuition and a lot of thought and a lot of planning and a lot of physical exercise goes into training a horse. But once it's trained, you can rely on it. It's so reliable. You can get on it and ask it to do anything, and if it trusts you, as the rider, as the one in charge, it will take you anywhere, right? They have incredible stamina, incredible ability to travel long distances. They are fast, they are smart, they are compassionate. Really beautiful energy. So this to me just comes back to trusting that the path is already laid out before you, okay? The abundance, the success, you reaching your goal is already there. You just have to trust. You have to trust it. You have to trust it. And right now, with this Three of Wands, right? You're building the foundation. You're still putting the steps in place. You're still creating the daily practices, the new patterns of behavior and the new habits that are going to allow this new energy to come through. Already there. It's literally just you allowing it to culminate, to manifest, right? Okay, so it's already there. Trust it. Just put the work in this month, okay? And you're going to be over whatever loss it was that you had recently. You're going to be over it really fast, okay? So that's another beautiful thing. I'm going to pull one more. This is a law of attraction based. This is the Ask and It Is Given by Esther and Jerry Hicks. Behind every desire is my desire to feel good. There is no desire that anyone holds for any other reason than that they believe that they will feel better in the achievement of it, whether it's a material object, a physical state of being, a relationship, a condition, or a circumstance. At the heart of every desire is the desire to feel good. Are you doubting in any way your worthiness of your goal, Scorpio? Or your ability to maintain your goal and your level of success once it manifests? If you are, don't be, okay? Realize that you're reaching, you're striving because it is more in alignment with where universe wants you to be. Your happiness, your abundance is in alignment with the highest good for all, okay? So what you want for yourself personally and your personal happiness is also aligned with what's best for the greater whole, because you are part of it. Okay, so again, when you come across those moments where you have a choice one way or the other, and you're feeling like the need to analyze and to think about, or perhaps the urge to make a decision based on an assumption about what you think someone feels or what you think an organization or circumstance needs from you, do not try to mold yourself to what it is you think that they want, right? Realize the fallacy, realize the assumption in that. Instead, reach for what feels good, okay? Reach for this, let this Ace of Wands, this motivation, let this Fool energy, let this Nine of Pentacles sink in. What is it that you want to feel? Take a moment, feel that, and then make the choice that is most closely aligned or most closely matches that, okay? It's already preordained for you. And that comes back to the horse energy of trusting, right? It's like you've done the work. Trust yourself. Let yourself be guided by source and guide your thoughts by reaching for what it is that you want, okay? Beautiful reading, Scorpio. I love you guys. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, please comment down below. If you're interested in a personal reading or an energy healing, I do offer those. I will link my website in the description below. You can also find me on Facebook and Instagram. Again, I will pop all that in the description. And I love you guys. I'll see you in February.